Hello, this is Willie from the Ozarks, and it is April the 1st. Don't play any tricks on anybody to hurt anybody. Have a good day, though. Have a fun day. We are ready for Lesson 91. We finished our review yesterday with Lesson 90, which was our review of let me recognize the problem so it can be solved, and let me recognize my problems have been solved. But today, it'll be miracles are seen in light. Miracles are seen in light. Yesterday, did you notice that in the two reviews, let me recognize the problem so it can be solved, that's plural, that's singular. Let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. He wanted us to recognize that our only problem is holding grievances, and that the answer is forgiveness. Let it go. Be happy. It's always a choice between being peaceful and not being peaceful. Going to war in your heart, or being at peace, accepting things as they are, or fighting inside your mind, a grievance, cherishing grievances. And then on the afternoon review, let me recognize my problems have been solved. He uses that in plural form. So in this, he's referring to all of from the perceiver's point of view, there seems to be myriad problems we have. Problem with this person or problem with that person. But all those problems have been solved because God always leaves the answer with the problem. And so the solution is always there. And what's the solution? It's always the same. Accept what is peacefully. Be joyful. Hold no grievance. But being a light being, walking in love, walking in light, fulfilling the Lord's commandment. Love your neighbor as yourself and love God with all your heart. Those are the whole law. So anyway, I hope that was really helpful, and you recognize more and more that we don't want to cherish grievances. We've made a huge amount of progress. You've been spending 15 minutes once a day in a longer extended meditation practice period. And you've been saying your lesson during the afternoon and during the morning. Well, we're going to keep that up, but we're going to divide it now into a little different structure. We're going to have 3 10-minute meditations throughout the day. So, and that's going to be 30 minutes. I don't think he'll ever require us to go more than 30 minutes. If you're worried you're going to be sitting in a cave by the time we get to 365. No, I think you're going to go about 30 minutes long meditations is the maximum. But what is that? 15 minutes morning, 15 minutes at night? That's kind of, I think he'd be pleased if you knew that you would work up to that. And then during the day, be thinking about the lesson for the day. All right, so before we read Lesson 91, Miracles are Seen in Light. It's supposed to freeze here tonight, so I don't need to bring this in. I showed it to you not more than a couple weeks ago, the Swiss chart. But you know what? I just decided to bring it in. I'd lost the other batch because it was so young and it froze, but it was a harder freeze. I don't think we're going to get a really hard freeze. But I wanted to show you something on these. An easy way to get these out of the little plastic packages they come in is just squeeze the roots a little bit both ways. Just give them a couple squeezes, and that kind of compresses the root. And then hold them up here and just push them up like that. And then what I do is I just turn them upside down, grab a little bit of that, and just shake them out of there. Okay? And by doing that, you end up not disturbing them hardly at all. So anyway, I'm going to plant those tomorrow, or probably tomorrow, the next day, within the next few days. I've got some creeping phlox. This is white here, and it's called Amazing Grace. How do you like that? Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace flocks. So there's some other ones here, but let's go on and read our lesson for today. Get some dirt off my book. Miracles are seen in light. It is important to remember that miracles and vision necessarily go together. It is important to remember that miracles and vision necessarily go together. This needs repeating and frequent repeating. It is important to remember that miracles and vision necessarily go together. So he says it needs repeating and frequent repeating. We haven't yet. You might repeat it a few more times. It is important to remember that miracles and vision necessarily go together. This needs repeating and frequent repeating. It is a central idea in your new thought system and the perception which it produces. The miracle is always there. Its presence is not caused by your vision. Its absence is not the result of your failure to see. It is only your awareness of miracles that is affected. You will see them in light. You will not see them in the dark. Okay, so the miracle's there all the time. Whether or not you're going to see them or not, it's what we want to be part of this vision, and we need light. To you, then, light is crucial. Paragraph 2. To you, then, light is crucial. While you remain in darkness, the miracle remains unseen. Thus, you are convinced it is not there. This follows from the premises from which the darkness comes. Denial of light leads to failure to perceive it. Failure to perceive light is to perceive darkness. The light is useless to you then, even though it is there. You cannot use it because its presence is unknown to you, and the seeming reality of the darkness makes the idea of light meaningless. And the seeming reality of the darkness makes the idea of light meaningless. Okay, so if let's take your cell phone for a minute. If you knew that there was a signal, you'd get it out and use it. Let's say you go camping sometimes and you're on marginal areas where you don't really get a good signal, and you ever climb the top of a big hill so that you get vision, get light, get radio signal in this case. Well, you knew it was there, and you'd set up the situation so that you could receive it. It wasn't strong enough down in the valley to get a good signal, so you got a little stronger so you could actually use it. Well, this is kind of maybe a somewhat useful example of what we're trying to do. We're trying to tune our frequency so that we can see what we weren't able to see, and what mortals don't see if they're entrenched in grievances. But our freedom is becoming much more expanded. We're becoming much more aware, all because we're practicing what the Master taught us to practice. Love our neighbor as ourselves. Let go of grievances. Don't hold on to separation. Recognize in our unity is our happiness. We're one family, one big happy family. To be told, paragraph 3, to be told that what you do not see is there sounds like insanity. To be told that what you do not see is there sounds like insanity. It is very difficult to become convinced that it is insanity not to see what is there and to see what is not there instead. Let's read that one more time. It is very difficult to become convinced that it is insanity not to see what is there and to see what is not there instead. You do not doubt that the body's eyes can see. You do not doubt the images they show you are reality. Your faith lies in the darkness, not the light. Wow, a whole new way of seeing. You know, the arms race wouldn't be a thing if we all practiced not cherishing grievances, and we would see the miracle instead. We keep thinking, oh, we've got to protect ourselves. We've got to protect ourselves. Well, we're so afraid and we feel so weak and vulnerable that we're not accepting the miracle that we could all live as one big happy family, one big neighborhood. This is what Jesus taught and what we need to reach for. We're one family, all the children of God. Paragraph 4. How can this be reversed? How can what be reversed? Your faith lies in the darkness, not the light. Okay, how can we reverse this? For you it is impossible, but you're not alone in this. Your efforts, however little they may be, have strong support. Okay? Your efforts, no matter how small they may be, have strong support. That's God's. It's supporting it. Did you but realize how great this strength, your doubts would vanish. The impossible worker, God. Today we will devote ourselves to the attempt to let you feel this strength. When you have felt the strength in you which makes all miracles within easy reach, you will not doubt. Okay? And once you feel this strength, it's going to put miracles within easy reach. You'll be on the frequency. You'll be seeing. You'll be looking at bright light of reality and what really is. The miracles your sense of weakness hides will leap into awareness as you feel the strength in you. When you have felt the strength in you, which makes all miracles within your easy reach, you will not doubt. The miracles your sense of weakness hides will leap into awareness as you feel the strength in you. What power we're developing just by cherishing no grievances. We're now able to have a whole lesson devoted to miracles or seeing in light. How far we've made it. Oh my, can you sense a standing taller, a loss of timidity, a little easier breathing, more joy, more peace during the day? These are just by doing these simple lessons, it's bringing us to this, and we're just going to keep. Can we go more? We're going to become more peaceful, more joyful, till we're just a big ball of radiant light, blessing everybody and everything around us, and being blessed by everybody and everything around us. That's just as important, both ways. Okay, let's see. Let's go with paragraph 5. That's where we're at, I think. Yes, 3 times today, set aside about 10 minutes for a quiet time in which you try to leave your weakness behind. We're going to try to sense the strength of God and leave our weakness behind. This is accomplished very simply as you instruct yourself that you are not a body. Okay, easy to do when you realize that you're not a body. Faith goes to what you want, and you instruct your mind accordingly. Your will remains your teacher, and your will has all the strength to do what it desires. You can escape the body if you choose. You can experience the strength in you. You can escape the body, the weakness, if you choose. You can experience the strength in you, God's strength in you, your true strength, you. The alignment between you and God, the Son and the Father, the one. Begin the longer practice periods with this statement of true cause and effect relationships. Miracles are seen in light. The body's eyes do not perceive the light, but I am not a body. What am I? I am not a body. What am I? Once again, miracles are seen in light. The body's eyes do not perceive the light, but I am not a body. What am I? Now we're going to want to have that clear enough in our mind, at least in some short-term memory, so that you can take it into your meditation and ask that question 3 times today for 10 minutes each time. We're going to start by saying, miracles are seen in light. The body's eyes do not perceive the light, but I am not a body. What am I? In paragraph 8, the question with which this statement ends is needed for our exercises today. What you think you are is a belief to be undone. What you believe you are is a belief to be undone. But what you really are must be revealed to you. The belief you are a body calls for correction, being a mistake. The truth of what you are calls on the strength in you to bring to your awareness what the mistake concealed. One more time with that. But what you really are must be revealed to you. The belief you are a body calls for correction, being a mistake. A mistake to believe that you are a body needs a correction. The truth of what you are calls on the strength in you to bring to your awareness what the mistake concealed. Paragraph 9. If you are not a body, what are you? You need to be aware of what the Holy Spirit uses to replace the image of a body in your mind. You need to feel something to put your faith in as you lift it from the body. Wow. If you are not a body, what are you? You need to be aware of what the Holy Spirit uses to replace the image of a body in your mind. Okay, the Holy Spirit's going to do a work in us. And He's going to help us to do what? Holy Spirit we need to be, you need to be aware of what the Holy Spirit uses to replace the image of the body in you. You need to feel something to put your faith in as you lift it from the body. You need a real experience of something else, something more solid and more sure, more worthy of your faith and really there. Something that survives death, something that fear can't intrude upon. The oneness of your being created by God and still being a part of God. If you are then paragraph 10. If you are not a body, what are you? Ask this in honesty. And then devote several minutes to allowing your mistaken thoughts about your attributes to be corrected and their opposites to take their place. Say, for example, I'm not weak, but strong. Okay, the body identification, yeah, the body's weak, but that's not me. I'm strong. I'm not helpless, but all powerful. Now, some people would, do like, some people might not like the idea that you align yourself with God, but this is the only way we can see this. And those that think that this is somehow being arrogant or boastful or proud or sacrilegious, somehow saying that we're one with God. Remember, that's what was the whole problem, that why Jesus was crucified, because he was blaspheming. He was blasphemous. According to some folks in his day, some of his religious teachers, they said, and I don't know if they were his teachers, I mean, we all teach each other, but they were recognized as teachers, and they were saying, you're being blasphemous. But here Jesus is telling us, we must say this to ourselves: I'm not helpless, but all powerful. I'm one with God. I'm not limited, but unlimited. All the qualities that God has, they're coursing through you. That's your course of action too. That's your life. That's who you are. I'm not doubtful, but certain. I'm not an illusion, but reality. I'm not an illusion, but a reality. I cannot see in darkness, but in the light. In the second phase of the exercise period, try to experience these truths about yourself. Concentrate particularly on the experience of strength, okay? We're going to try to sense this identity of one with God. All the qualities of God are supporting us, and they are us. And want to concentrate particularly on the experience of strength. Remember that all sense of weakness is associated with the belief that you are a body, a belief that is mistaken and deserves no faith. Try to remove your faith from it, if only for a moment. You will become accustomed to keeping faith with the more worthy in you as we go along. Isn't that nice to know? That we're going to be become more accustomed to keeping faith in what is more worthy in us as we go along? Wow. Okay, paragraph 13. Relax for the rest of the practice period. Relax for the rest of the practice period, confident that your efforts, however meager, are fully supported by the strength of God and all his thoughts. It is from them your strength will come. It is through their strength, it is through their strong support that you will feel the strength in you. They are united with you in this practice in which you share a purpose like their own. Theirs is the light in which you will see miracles because their strength is yours. Their strength becomes your eyes that you may see. Whose strength? It's God's strength. You're fully supported by the strength of God and all his thoughts. We're fully supported by the strength of God and all his thoughts. It is from them your strength will come, from God's strength and from his thoughts that your strength will come. Right? We're in the flow here, okay? That's what we want. It is through their strong support, through God's thoughts, that you will feel the strength in you. They are united with you in this practice period in which you share a purpose like their own. Theirs is the light in which you will see miracles, because their strength is yours. Their strength becomes your eyes that you may see. 5 or 6 times an hour at reasonably regular intervals, remind yourself that miracles are seen in light. Also be sure to meet temptation with today's idea. This form would be helpful for this special purpose. Miracles are seen in light. Let me not close my eyes because of this. Miracles are seen in light. Let me not close my eyes because of this. If someone bothers you and you feel that old feeling of being tempted to cherish a grievance, immediately, miracles are seen in light. Let me not close my eyes because of this. Okay, in our 3 10-minute practice periods, we're going to start off by saying miracles are seen in light. The body's eyes do not perceive the light, but I am not a body. What am I? We're going to ask ourselves that question, and then we're going to remind ourselves that we are strong, that I am not weak. He gives some examples. We're going to look at some of the weaknesses in ourselves and say, but that's not me. That's the body identification. I'm really unlimited. I'm not limited. I'm unlimited. And then we're going to just relax and for the rest of the practice period being confident that our efforts, however meager, are fully supported by the strength of God and all his thoughts. And then be sure to, he says about every 10 minutes, bring the idea miracles are seen in light to your awareness. All right? And until tomorrow, miracles are seen in light.